Whatever happened to Goldie Hawn, Hollywood's classic ditzy blonde with the dimples and the infectious giggle? She just seemed to disappear from our screens without a trace. Well, it turns out Goldie decided her family was more important than fame. So they all packed up and moved to Canada. That was 14 years ago. But this year, she came back with a vengeance and an unlikely sidekick, the brash and brassy Amy Schumer. But as Mike Amor found, Goldie's still, well, Goldie.
What is it about you? Just the mere mention of your name brings a smile. Why is that?
I don't know.
It's a good thing.
It's a really good thing. I think that I deeply do have a real embedded, hardwired sense of joy.
You don't own me.
Goldie Hawn has been sharing that sense of joy
Pretty good.
in her own quirky, off-the-wall way for more than half a century.
I don't tell you what to do.
A beauty with brains who's lit up the screen in some of the funniest movies ever.
Well, Goldie, I don't want to embarrass you, but I had the biggest boy crush on you.
You did?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
And I grew up in country Australia, so that's how far your influence went.
All the way to Australia.
Yeah.
I was just there. I loved it there. And your boy crush?
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Goldie has won the hearts of fans around the world for her roles in more than a few of Hollywood's most popular romantic comedies.
Here is Goldie Hawn.
But it was playing an empty-headed blonde on the 60s sketch show Laugh-In
Gee, New Year's Eve is fun! We ought to make it an annual event!
that first gave her stardom.
And people quickly fell in love with you once you started, especially your laugh, that giggle.
It is a giggle. I guess it is a giggle. I have to feel it, though, you know? The giggle comes from the tickle. And when you feel the tickle, you get the giggle. But I remember people used to come up to me back then and say, oh, giggle for us. And I said, well, make me giggle. You know, because you can't just, this doesn't happen.
Do it, Morris. Do it to me now.
If I give you any more collagen, your lips are gonna look like they got stuck in a pool drain.
You don't understand. There are only 3 ages for women in Hollywood. Babe, district attorney, and driving Miss Daisy. And right now, I want to be young.
You played, I don't want to say it like this, but a lot of ditzy blondes throughout your career. Were you ever concerned that that's the way the public would perceive you as a person?
No. No. You know, it's only what you have on the inside about who you are. You don't need anyone else to know who you are. And that's how I've always lived, right? So my life is not dictated by outside perception. It's only dictated by the things that I choose to do.
Do you always stand up there like that?
Nobody around here looks. Most of our customers are classical.
Goldie was a talented comedian, but in one of her first movies, she proved herself to be a great actress as well.
Damn it, you made me blow it!
The dramatic role in Cactus Flower, alongside Walter Matthau,
The winner is Goldie Hawn.
won Goldie a Best Supporting Actress Oscar in 1969.
How difficult, though, was it for you to be a female in Hollywood? I mean, sexism was alive and well.
Hollywood was a challenge only in success, meaning that someone who looked, you know, ditzy or whatever, it was always difficult for men to look at me when I would have an idea or I would be strong about something that I felt needed to be done.
Excuse me, sir. Is green the only color these come in?
When I did Private Benjamin and being on the cover of Newsweek, or I think it was Newsweek, you know, dumb as a fox and all this stuff about producing a movie, I produced the movie, first of all, because it was a practical decision.
Come on, move it, Benjamin. I don't want to see you stop running unless you collapse, faint, or puke.
So we all got together and we produced it together. We all did. I was the star. It was a big deal. I had the hardest time having directors and people not think that A, I wanted to control everything, and B, that I only wanted to do my movies, and C, they didn't want to do a Goldie Hawn movie. It was a sad state of affairs.
Annie!
Stop! I don't recognize this man.
Your wife's had an almost total loss of memory.
I can't believe she doesn't know her own husband.
Goldie is one of the very few in Hollywood who's been able to balance a successful career and a longer-term relationship. She and Kurt Russell have been together for more than 3 decades.
33 years with Kurt, 33 wonderful years, never walked down the aisle together. Why?
Just maybe something to continue to look forward to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No intention?
No intention.
Goldie and Kurt have raised 3 children. Oliver, the oldest, Wyatt, the youngest, and actress Kate Hudson, the most famous.
And other girls dream that they'd be Ben's partner. They'd be Ben's partner.
When it became clear that Kate wanted to get into the same business, follow your footsteps, did you say, oh, no? I mean...
No, I only wanted her to finish school, and that was high school. Because, you know, she was like, you know, people were asking about her from the beginning. But I wanted my child not to have a childhood career. I wanted her and all the children to have a normal life.
Does Kate have it a lot easier in Hollywood because of the work that people like yourself?
Because it's Kurt and I, not just me, but because it's Kurt and I, and we have this family, and there are 2 movie stars in the family, I think that we raised our children in a way that did not give them anything special about being a movie star. They didn't see us all doing things. We didn't leave, whatever. We were very, very hands-on. We had a real basic family, as basic as you can get. And I think that's what they wanted. And each one of them is doing it. They're all grounded. They're all beautiful. They're great parents.
It's more than lip service. Goldie backs up her family values with action. She put her career on ice so she and Kurt could move to Canada with their son Wyatt 14 years ago.
Wyatt, our son, wanted to play hockey, seriously. And he deserved to have his dream fulfilled. And that's what we were meant to do. Kurt and I take our parenting first. An aging actress is a very tough thing. And it was never anything that I wanted to be a part of. Not because I didn't want to age, because we do, all of us, but because I wanted life to be fuller. Here, put this on.
What is this?
That's a rape whistle.
This is a dog whistle, Mom.
Why don't you just say thank you, Mom?
Thank you, raped by a dog. It works.
But after more than a decade away from Hollywood and acting, Goldie still had a burning question she felt she needed to answer.
I wonder if I'm done or if I get a chance to make people laugh again. And that really was something that was niggling at me because it's what I did and what I love to do. And this movie came along. That's really how it happened. Oh, thank you very much. What's this?
Welcome.
Mom. Well, what?
Welcome.
Amy Schumer. I mean, she's so deeply funny.
The pairing of Goldie and Amy in the movie Snatched is a sign of how much comedy has changed since the seemingly innocent 60s. Goldie became a star by playing a dumb blonde. Amy's fame has come from being a brash and outspoken feminist.
I just love New York because it's a town where I can get laid. Like, I can catch a D here kind of whenevs, yeah.
Female comedians today are a lot more brassy than perhaps in your generation.
Yes.
They're out there, aren't they?
Yeah, different. It's very, very different. It's different everywhere. And I will say that as basically just taking it on into sexuality, which obviously I think everything is, shows up there. When I was, and I still am that way, I like to be pursued. I like that relationship. Women are now basically pursuing men. I mean, they just go out, there's a boldness about them.
God. Goldie says she's thoroughly enjoyed her return to acting And the cast and crew of Snatch were so thrilled to have the comic legend back, they gave her a standing ovation.
The success, or the success you have, does that make you happy? Or could you have been as happy without it all?
Oh, I could have been as happy without it. Success, I guess if you put too much into success, it's distorting. Because that's not life. That's a piece of life. But if you miss the trees, you miss the flowers, you miss breakfast with your children, if you miss not caring for your mother, you've missed life. And that's what you can't miss.
Well, don't tell Kurt this, but I've still got a crush on him.
All right.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you.
Snatched, that movie with Goldie and Amy, is now available to buy or rent. There are more details about it and all of our stories on our website and Facebook page. Stay with 7 now, and thank you for making us part of your Sunday night.